Hey guys, Narmox here, and here is Autobot Dunerunner, one of the last Autobots I'm going to showcase until the eventual reveal of Linux Prime. So, Autobot Dunerunner, pretty much my idea for this build was to make a more simplistic styled build. You know, I wasn't really prioritizing on like unique robot modes or unique transformations or anything like that. I really wanted to kind of simplify things because I was kind of burnt out at the time. And I just wanted to kind of make something that was going to be easy and, just something that I can make in like a day or two, which is pretty much how long it took to make them. But yeah, so you see he turns into a sand rail, which is a type of off-road vehicle. And you can see the headlights up top, the headlights in the front. You can see the suspension that's made up by the mixel joints, the wheels. You can see the side profile. You kind of have a footstep here. I guess a door section here. In the back, you can see the engine. You can see more suspension, a brake light, obviously the other set of wheels. It's a little, you kind of have to adjust, the wheels every now and then, but overall, I think this is a pretty decent alt mode. It's definitely not as clean as some of my other builds, but considering the alt mode and, even if I made actual suspension, it would look a little too bulky, so it is what it is, I suppose. But like I said, I was going for simplicity, but yeah. So I guess we should get down to size comparisons. So here is a minifigure. Obviously a little bit too oversized, but all of my Transformers are a little oversized anyway, so I just wanted him to scale with my other Transformers. And speaking of my other Transformers, here is Crossroads. And you can see he scales relatively well, I think. There you go. And here is Rev. I think they scale really nice together. You can see Dunerunner's he might be a little too tall, but it's fine. I mean, there is some sand rails that are at this scale, so I'm not too sure, but I think they look great together, so yeah. And here's another scale comparison with Studio Series Jazz, just to show how big he is compared to a modern deluxe. So with Dunerunner, he's able to roll just fine. Obviously, if you press a little too hard, he'll start to do the splits with his wheels. But, you can adjust the headlights on top. So to get into his kind of character, so Dunerunner is pretty much a inventor for the Autobots. So he creates weapons, gadgets, pretty much essentially Wheeljack. But the difference is that he's sort of a younger bot. He has kind of an ego when it comes to his intelligence. And all the Autobots are basically, they get annoyed by him from time to time. But overall, he has a good heart, and he does sorry, I'm trying to think. He does what he can to help the Autobots during the battle, and usually he doesn't join the battles, but if he has to, he will. So that's pretty much the character of Dunerunner. Alright, let's get down to the transformation. Before we start, I just want to give a side note. Apologies for the lighting. The lamp that I usually use to record broke, so I kind of had to use sort of like a regular lamp, so apologies for the lighting. Anyways, let's continue. So to start off, let's go to the front. So what you want to do is just open this up like that. Kind of move those out like that. There you go. And then you want to go to the back section. You want to bring these down. You want to rotate it like that. Straighten it out. Do the same thing on the other side. And then just bend right there and bend right there. And that's essentially one leg. So you do the same thing on the other side. And there you go, 2 legs all done. So next what you want to do is, let's go back to the front. So pretty much just take the hood, bring this down, and just kind of leave it like that for now. And now, let me just adjust the camera. What you want to do is take this whole section, bring it forward, do the same thing for the front, just kind of have it like this. And what that'll do is give clearance to rotate this entire section up here. And then what you want to do is straighten this out. You want to rotate this section like that. Make sure this piece is facing front. Then just bring the legs down and just have it like that. And there's the lower body all done. So next what you want to do is you want to just make sure you're pressing onto this section here, just so nothing falls apart. So then, let me just raise the camera up. What you want to do is rotate this section. You want to bring this section like this. Flip the arm down, flip the hand down, and that's pretty much one arm all done. So you do the same for the other side. Sometimes that falls apart. Apologies for that. So then you want to rotate this section, bring it like that. You want to rotate this section and then flip out the arm. Then what you want to do is just take this section and just compress it like this. That'll basically compress the entire chest. And just make sure everything is properly oriented. And then you want to come back to the back and just flip these lights down. They don't really do that much, but just to kind of make the back a little bit more sleek. And finally, what you want to do is just take this section, bring it down like this, and there is Dunerunner in his robot mode. So here is Dunerunner in his robot mode, and I really like the way he came out. I love the big wheels on the sides of his shoulders and thighs. I like the sort of lean aesthetic that he has, while also kind of being a little bulky. Overall, I really like this robot mode. It's it's not the most unique robot mode, but I just like it. He has kind of the Sideswipe-esque, hood chest. You can see some details here, like, some, I guess, monitors that he'll look at or something. The head sculpt has, like, goggles. And I really like the fact that his head becomes the engine of the vehicle mode. I think that's pretty cool. But, he has some, his legs may seem a little bit too skinny, and I can understand why people might think that, but honestly, it doesn't bug me. I think it fits just fine, but hey, that's just me. He has kind of kibble, but to be honest, it's kind of more for the sake of the torso, because if you remove this, he has no head and he looks like this, so... So honestly, I don't really mind it all that much. I think it fits with the overall shaping and aesthetic of the robot mode, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. So let's get down to size comparisons. So here he is with a minifigure. I couldn't find the minifigure that I was using before. I just lost her. So here's this guy. I don't remember his name. I'm sure you guys can scream at me in the comments who he is, but yeah, that's pretty much how he scales. Here he is with a modern deluxe. So here's Jazz again. You can see, oops, he's a little hard to stand, but you can see, he's about the same size as Jazz, so, little bit of a smaller bot, but... And finally, here he is with the rest of his Autobots. Here's Rev. And let me raise the camera up. Or let me bring it back, actually. So here's Rev, and here is Steel Shift. I think they look great together. I really like the colors of these guys. And just overall, I really love each of them having their own unique aesthetic. But yeah. So to get down to his articulation, the head can do a full 360, can look down that far, up that far. The shoulders have a variety of joints, so you can shift like this. The shoulder can move like that, about that far, and also this also kind of acts as a shoulder joint. So if you really want, you don't even need to move that. You can just have that, which limits the articulation, but you know, there's options. The shoulders can move like this, can move, you know, if I rotate this section, it can move forward like that. Let me just bend it like this. Elbows are on ball joints. This doesn't really act as articulation, but more of a part of a transformation, but you can have the wrists if you want. He has an ab crunch, pretty good ab crunch. He can rotate he can kind of like arch his torso a little bit. If you want, you could extend this region and go even further with the ab crunch. So there's that. His hips are on ball joints. This doesn't really act as a joint because really I don't see how you can use this for any poses, but it's there. There's a hinge here, a swivel, and the ankles are on ball joints. They can't really arch, but they can go up and down. So there's all his articulation. So that's pretty much all that's left for the video. If you guys want instructions for Dunerunner, it's available on my Etsy page. I'll have a link down in the description below. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And apologies, I also want to say apologies for not uploading as frequently as I was before. Life has been very busy for me. I'm about to graduate next week, so you know, it's going to be pretty interesting. But hopefully I can get another video by next month. I'm going to try to keep my videos, I'm going to try to upload every month to see how that goes. But overall, you know, thank you all for all the support. Thank you for watching this video, and have a good day. I'm out.